Hello and welcome to Becoming Your 2.0 podcast. My name is Adam H. Mortimer.
And I'm Damon K. Casabar, and we are declaring an all-out war on our limiting beliefs and our shadow self.
So if you're ready to overcome the things that have held you back, stop being stuck, and take your 2.0, the highest version of you, to the next level, join us on today's discussion. We're excited to have you here. So Damon, we got to stop everything at this point because I've noticed a pattern that started to come up as people start to dive into the 2.0 work, and that is when stress comes up, and we have wars going on and challenges and AI and all this stuff happening. What's happening is people are defaulting back into their 1.0. And it's an interesting pattern. I wanted to get your thoughts on this. Is when stress patterns come up, the mind will default to the path of least resistance. Mm-hmm. Have you noticed that on your journey as well?
Yeah, especially like I was talking to you the other day, right? It's, this week, for example, when you're driving and you're just hearing stuff, there's a lot of external stimulus going on. There's a lot of demands, on maybe deadlines that need to be get done or whatever. And just to your point, it's like, gosh, you notice a physiological change happen in your body, where you don't even realize it's happening. That's why when you mention the word hijack, I think that's a perfect word for it, because you don't know what's happening until after the fact, and your brain just literally shuts down. I did this the other day. I was telling you where I was talking to you on the phone about it. There's something you're asking me to do, and then I got into a moment of just fight or flight, and my brain just physically shut down. I couldn't process. I couldn't think. If you remember, I couldn't remember things, and I usually remember people pretty well.
You're really good at remembering names.
Yeah, and it just totally hijacked me. So what, I remember what you taught me that helped me is just take a step back, breathe, and observe, and just kind of get out of that thinking. It was easier said than done, but fortunately it did work.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts? People that are going through that high amounts of stress, even if they're not purposefully looking at it, but maybe they're feeling it from the outside.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do? What's your first step?
Well, the first thing is we've got to get control of the nervous system, because it's going to be nearly impossible to do the work of 2.0 when you're in your 1.0 default. And when you're stressed, when you're anxious, when you're that high anxiety, your mind just goes to 1.0 default. It's just the way it is. It's just your mind's just going to naturally go to the habit instead of creating the new 2.0 identity. So this is a real easy exercise that you can do, 9-minute exercise. We call it a neuro flush. It will reset your mind, reset your entire system, so that you can get back into being in the control room. It basically puts the prefrontal cortex back online. So when we have a hijacking of the amygdala, this is the first part of the brain that goes, right? So that part of the brain that usually can think calmly, collectively, you could recall things easy, that went offline, and we went into the fight or flight mode. And so this is a fast way to get it back. And so if you want to do this with me, we'll do it with everybody today. And again, we're going to start with nervous system regulation, and then I'm going to show you how to do different eye movements to start to bring back that 2.0 awareness and mind back into the mind and body.
Okay, let's do it.
So first thing we'll do is take 30 deep breaths together.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and do that. Breathe all the way in. I'll count for us. All the way out. Damon, relax those shoulders. They're up to your ears. There you go. Breathe all the way in.
Thanks for that.
You're welcome. All the way out. All the way in. All the way out. All the way in. All the way out. So keep on breathing. As you're breathing, scan your body and notice if there's any points of tension. And I'm going to have you relax those points of tension as you do that. Keep on breathing. All the way in. By the way, if you've never done this before, this can give you just miraculous results. It's really amazing how fast this can flush everything, flush that cortisol, and reset your mind and put you back into the 2.0 space.
Yeah, I can already feel it calming right now.
Yep, keep going. All the way in. We're on number 10. Keep those shoulders relaxed. You notice how those creep back up. So really stay focused on relaxing everything.
Okay.
And every exhale, I want you to just, everything from your head to your toes goes loose, limp, and relaxed. Everything goes relaxed. Everything goes relaxed. There you go. Yep, just like that. Now if thoughts come up, chitter chatter, Damon, I got a lot to do. You're just going to observe them, right? So just observe those thoughts. Don't attach to them, don't talk back to it. Your whole goal is focusing on your breath. That's it. Focus on your breath, my voice, completely relaxing the body. Now we're going to include some visualization as you keep on breathing all the way in, all the way out. We're about halfway there. I want you to go ahead and picture yourself in a place where you feel totally safe, calm, and relaxed. And you can go there in your mind. If it's easier for you to do that with your eyes open, great. Eyes closed, fine. By the way, you always hear about personal development people talking about visualization. This is because 92% of your sensory receptors between the 5 senses are dedicated to vision. So it's a huge part of what's regulating your nervous system. Your eyes are the windows of the soul. Your eyes are literally 92% of the sensory receptors, the data that your brain is taking in about its environment. So the more you can visualize that goal as if it's here now, the faster you're going to regulate your nervous system. We're almost there. Let's do 10 more. And this time we're going to speed up the breathing, but breathe in and breathe out twice as long. There you go. So breathe in and make sure you breathe out twice as long. What this is doing is we're signaling to the body that I'm safe, I'm secure. Keep visualizing your place of relaxation. I'm relaxed. Relax those shoulders. Keep them nice and relaxed. Relaxing everything. All the way in. All the way out. Let's just do 5 more. Here we go. Last 5. Doing a little faster. Breathe out twice as long as you breathe in. And twice as long as you breathe in. There you go. There it is. Just like that. All the way in. Breathe out. Hold your breath. No breathing. You're going to hold. Breathe out. And hold as long as you can. Right there. Hold. Just hold. No breathing. Feels like peace. This will relax your body. Some of you have done this breathing technique. You're going to hold your breath. Don't breathe as long as you can. Okay? So no breathing. And so if you're listening at home, this is a time where you just want to really scan the body. Make sure no part of the body is tight or tense or anything like that. We're just relaxing. We're also balancing the CO2 and the O2 levels in the body. And that's good enough. Go ahead and take a deep breath in. And you're going to hold for about 10 seconds. Air in the lungs. Okay, go ahead and relax. Okay. Go ahead and picture yourself in a place where you feel totally calm and totally relaxed. And see the sights of this place very vividly, the colors, the shapes. And just really blend into that environment as if you're there right now. Just kind of relax your way into that environment as if you're there now. For some of you that have active minds, if you've got a monkey mind going crazy, right? Chitter chatter, just return to your breathing. Breath awareness and presence is the fastest way to regulate the nervous system. So I'm going to simply count from 5 to 1. You can imagine you're walking down some stairs. These are going to be a metaphor of profound relaxation. When we get to the bottom of the last stair, we're going to let every single cell in your body completely and totally relax. Starting with the number 5. Sinking, drifting deeply down. 4. 3. Just letting go. 2. And 1. All the way down. Every muscle in your body relaxes. And we're going to double that relaxation with the last breath. Deep breath in. And every time you breathe from this moment forward, we're going to double that relaxation. So everything becomes more calm and more relaxed. By the way, this state of mind is the most effective time to actually start rewiring the brain. This is a light trance, a meditative space This is what's called the alpha theta brainwave pattern. You can see Damon's very focused. He's very calm, very relaxed, and now we're going to deepen that relaxation with 3, sinking deeply down, 2, and 1. Deepen that relaxation all the way down. Now what we're going to do is use some different eye movements to start programming and training his 2.0. So go ahead and close the eyes. We're going to look up to the top left corner of your eyes. You can imagine someone that loves you unconditionally. Unconditional love. It could be a friend, a family member, Jesus, Buddha, Gandhi, the universe, a cat, a dog, anybody or anything that loves you unconditionally. Looking up to the top left corner of your eyes, repeat after me. Today I choose to love myself.
Today I choose to love myself.
Today I choose to love, accept, and forgive myself.
Today I choose to love, accept, and forgive myself.
I love myself.
I love myself.
Look up to the top right corner of the eyes. Today I choose to love myself.
Today I choose to love myself.
Bring that person's eyes even closer so you're looking right into their soul. Today I choose to love myself.
Today I choose to love myself.
I love myself.
I love myself.
I love, accept, and forgive myself.
I love, accept, and forgive myself.
Go ahead and take a deep breath in. Relax out. This time we're going to move the eyes left and right. Go ahead, left, right, left, right. Today I choose to love myself.
Today I choose to love myself.
I love myself.
I love myself.
Today I choose to love, accept, and forgive myself.
Today I choose to
Keep
love,
moving them
accept,
left
and
and right.
forgive
Don't
myself.
stop. Keep going. Left, right, left, right. Keep that pace going as you say the words. Today I choose to love myself.
Today I choose to love myself.
Keep moving them. There you go. Today I choose to love myself.
Today I choose to love myself.
Yep, don't stop the movement. Keep going. Today I choose to love myself.
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 Keep moving the eyes. You're pausing in some of the words. Try not to pause those eyes. Today I choose to love myself.
Today I choose to love myself.
Today I choose to love, accept, and forgive myself.
Today I choose to love, accept, and forgive
Good.
myself.
Go ahead and look down in the bottom left corner of the eyes. Okay. Imagine that person that loves you unconditionally. This time we're going to swap places, so it's like you're looking into your own eyes. You're imagining what it feels like to be that person, loving and accepting yourself for who you are, where you are, what you're experiencing in your life right now. Total and profound unconditional love. You're tuning into the emotion of what they feel, what it must feel like to be them, loving you unconditionally. Today I choose to love myself.
Today I choose to love myself.
Today I choose to love, accept, and forgive myself.
Today I choose to love, accept, and forgive myself.
Good. Look down in the other side, bottom opposite. Today I choose to love myself.
Today I choose to love myself.
Today I choose to love, accept, and forgive myself.
Today I choose to love, accept, and forgive myself.
I'm amazing.
I am amazing.
I got this.
I got this.
Okay, go ahead and relax the eyes. Take a deep breath in. Twice as long out. Relax the body. Everything stays relaxed. Okay? We want to keep everything relaxed. This regulates the nervous system. It puts you into the parasympathetic response, which is the rest and digest mode. In that mode, the alpha theta brainwave pattern, that's when your mind is most susceptible to suggestions, which is what we're doing right now. We're giving Damon suggestions of self-love, self-acceptance, and profound relaxation. So he's going to feel like he just got out of a spa treatment by the time we're done. Keep on breathing deeply. Every breath you take, sink twice as relaxed. Now I want you to think of a color that represents self-love, unconditional self-love. The first color that pops into your mind, just go with the first color.
Okay.
Got it? Go ahead and radiate that color right in your chest. We're going to spin it. Every time you spin it, we're going to make it grow bigger and bolder, and it's going to expand all the way outside of your body. So it's like you're radiating this color throughout every single cell in your body. Every single cell in your body. Thoughts are things. Everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. When you understand that, we live in a world of energy, frequency, and vibration. So we're just going to shift your energy right now by visualizing that color. We're sending a direct message to your subconscious to shift and change your emotional state. Visualize that color even more intensely now. Visualize that color more intensely. And repeat after me. I got this.
I got this.
The best is yet to be.
The best is yet to be.
Today I choose to show up as my 2.0.
Today I choose to show up as my 2.0.
Now go ahead and take a moment and visualize what 2.0 looks like. We'll start with your health. Imagine your 2.0 health. You're already very healthy. But imagine what 2.0 looks like. Maybe that's the extreme level of health. What that looks like and what that feels like to be healthy at a high level. Okay, so we're looking at the 2.0 health. as if it's here right now. You're visualizing that 2.0 health as if it's here right now. Okay, let's go to your 2.0 relationships. Your best relationships with yourself, with God, the universe, the divine, your relationships, your spouse, your family members. Go through each one of those and imagine what a 2.0 relationship with each of them would look like for you. Well, let's go to spirituality as you see it. Everybody, of course, has different definitions of spirituality and what that means. But for you, what does 2.0 spirituality look like? Go ahead and take a moment and visualize yourself showing up as your 2.0 in your spirituality. And finally, your success. What does 2.0 look like with your success? You showing up, crushing it, killing it in everything that you do. Notice what that looks like, what that feels like in your success. Now, I'll explain to the listeners what's happening in the mind. As we put Damon into a light trance, an alpha theta brainwave pattern, we're relaxing his mind. This makes it more malleable. And in that state of being more malleable, when we visualize these suggestions, visualize these colors, it becomes a direct order to the subconscious mind. If Damon were to do this for the next 30 days, he could literally rewire his brain. Every single thing we've talked about. This is backed by all the latest neuroscience and being able to reshift and rewire that default mode network. That's where we hold our sense of self, our identity, and that's what he's doing right now. Now the next thing, it's not enough just to visualize it. The next thing is we're going to think of the 1% action. This is the smallest thing, or the first step you can take to move the needle. Most people, when they're trying to shift into the 2.0, they try to do too much at once, right? So with health, he could think of maybe one extra thing he could add as far as eating healthy, or maybe do one push-up today, or relationships could be sending a nice text to someone. But I want you to think of that 1% thing that you're going to commit to today that proves you're becoming your 2.0. We'll start with your health. And imagine that 1% improvement, that small improvement in your health. Okay, do the same thing in relationships. All right, we'll go to spirituality. And finally, your success. Just one thing you can do, just a small thing you can do today in your success. A nice thing you can do is touch your thumb and finger together. This will anchor this state anytime you need to come back to this moment. You want to anchor this. This is classical conditioning. So you do this over the 30 days. You begin to anchor this calm, relaxed state. This is the fastest way to get back into that 2.0 energy. Remember, it's nearly impossible. In fact, I'll argue that it is impossible to live a 2.0 life in a dysregulated 1.0 nervous system. So this is the fastest way I know of to regulate the nervous system, get your brain waves and your heart waves synchronizing. This is called brain-heart coherence, and put you in that wonderful state where you can start creating the life you want instead of living by default. All right, Damon, I'm going to go ahead and give you the next 30 seconds to gradually come on back up. For those of you listening, if you had a great experience with this, if you felt a shift, there's a good chance that this will work for you. If you're not a visual person, you probably want to do more kinesthetic or auditory methods. We'll have to cover that on another day. But for 70% of the audience, this is going to be very effective with rewiring and retraining your mind and putting you into an incredibly relaxed state. Damon, talk to us about what you felt, what you experienced, how you're feeling right now after going through that process.
I literally went on a trip somewhere.
You went on a trip. Where did you go?
I went to Thailand.
You went to Thailand?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Kept coming up.
Yeah? Walk us through what, your nervous system before and where you are right now.
A little bit on edge before.
Yeah.
And the tasks of the day ruminating in my head, and now it's kind of like they're there, but they're just playing. And when you're doing that, I picture myself on the beach, walking on the stairs down into a place that my wife and I went to called Maya Bay in Thailand. It's very famous, very beautiful. So I was literally there seeing all the rocks, formations. They did, yeah. That's where they filmed the beach. Yeah.
Very cool. So did you notice anything shift in your mind chatter before we did the exercise versus right now?
I couldn't hear it.
You noticed that quiet down?
Okay. Extremely quiet. Only thing I heard when I was doing the visualization was the water. Very light waves.
You hear the calming water. Awesome. Okay. Was that helpful today, Damon?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. All right. Well, for those listening, this is a great exercise. Real quick thing that you could do whenever you need a quick reset. Hop on here, do the recording, and you'll have a complete reset, and you'll be able to get back into 2.0 living.
Awesome.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode.
What was your top takeaway that you want to take into your week and apply and practice?
So if you can pick at least one thing, we call this the 1% rule. Just get a little bit better today than you were yesterday. We can't wait to hear about your successes, and we'll see you on the next episode.